Sells. I'm the factory representative for Watts Radiant Heating and Snow Melting. I'm here to give you a little introduction on what the snow melt portion of the building is. The snow melt itself runs around the entire perimeter of this building. All of the walkways, front of the entryways, and the loading dock we see over there behind us on the right side there. That loading dock is ice melted to keep it ice-free and snow-free for any of the deliveries that come in and out of the building. Each of the areas are separated with several different types of manifolds. The manifolds are different than the Radiant. If you can help me here, well,
where's the location of this one? Where are we at?
This location is on the southwest corner of the building, just east of the loading dock. So
be like Area A.
This is Area A on the plans. We're still on page AMP218, where it shows the layout of the snow melt, the same as the Radiant. It's all on the same page. These are each of the manifold boxes is the same. Some of them are larger, of course, but this is pretty atypical of the manifolds we got. This is a smaller zone that takes care of this end area here and this walkway into the building. As you can see here, out of the bottom in the corner, we have the distribution piping. That's a pre-insulated PEX piping that goes from inside the building where the pumps are located, and it comes out to this manifold box where we connect into the manifold itself and flex it. These are Type L copper manifolds with ball valves on the supply and the return. There are no indicators on these manifolds. The same as we did with the Radiant before. The loop lengths are the same for each of the loops. They should be, I believe these are 400-foot loops that we put in here. And so each of these is 400 feet. So that would cover an area of about 2,000, well, it's 9 inches on center. So it'd cover about a 1,500 square foot area that we're dealing with. If you ever needed to purge these, same as we did before, you can isolate each of the valves and then open them as you go and purge until the air comes out. The snow melt works a little different than the Radiant, where we don't need to achieve as high a water temperature in order to melt the snow. What we try to do is get the surface temperature of the concrete up just above freezing, and then we let nature take its course and naturally start melting the snow. Once the process gets up to temperature, it melts fairly fast. A lot of time there's some confusion about how the snow melt works. If the area is not dry as it's snowing, people think that the snow melt's not working. You need to give it time to build up the heat in the slab. If you can imagine, if it's sat there in January for a week and then it decides to snow, that slab could be 20 degrees or cooler. So we've got to use that heat to raise that slab up to above freezing, and then the melting process will go. You can isolate the supply and return with the valves. This is a 50% glycol mix, glycol and water, so it's good down to about a minus 10 degrees outside. And then it's up to a wind speed of, say, 10 miles an hour, average wind speed. So we should have plenty of BTUs for what we need to do. Right over here on this side, you can see in the walkway here, there's a sensor. This is what will activate the snow to come on. The control, ATC people may go over this more in depth when they do theirs, but in essence all it does is the snow lands on it. It's sensing the temperature slab on the outer ring, and the inner rings, that senses air temperature and moisture from the air, or from the snow. So as soon as it hits on there, there's a little heater that will start to melt the snow, and then it closes the contacts and brings the system on. And then what we try to do is achieve whatever slab temperature we're looking at. And then once it hits there, it turns off the heat and allows it to circulate to use whatever heat we've got in the slab. And I believe there's 3 of these located in 3 different spots around the building. There's one here, I believe, and one on that side, and then one on the other side. Okay. You have any questions about the snow melt?
So as far as the manifolds, the O-rings and all that stuff is the same as far as repair and replace?
Yeah, these, you may want to keep, say, a ball valve in case one of the valves may malfunction. Maybe an intake valve, something to that effect. With the copper manifolds, there aren't any O-rings or anything we need to do, just a crimp connection. So that's actually part of the valve, and it's soldered into the valve. So maybe an adapter and a valve may be something good to keep in stock and a coupling kit, of course, because there may be some type of regulation that they may have to put a sign in that says this is snow melted, or you could slip on this if it's wet, and they may just drill into the concrete and hit one of your tubes, and at that point you may have to repair it. So maybe a coupling and some rings as well. Okay.
Warranty?
Warranty's the same, 25-year warranty against any manufacturer's defect. Same as it was with the Radiant. Where you're going to see any breakage maybe in the manifold box itself, or if someone leaks. I have seen occasionally a slab settle and it's sheared off some pipe, but I'm pretty sure they've leveled this out and hammered it down pretty well, so you shouldn't have any of that. Earthquake, of course, could